The Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues on Charleston's Big Talker, 1250 WTMA.
Welcome back, Charleston, as the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com. Big shout out to my good friend and listing agent Tony Jameson. Did a great job. Give him a round of applause. He was a little nervous getting on the show, but it was just nice to talk with him and have you guys listen to how we interact and how we advise people when it comes time to sell their house. We can talk about all the things that you should do and all the differences that there can be in marketing and an approach. Every team is different. Every agent's different. Everybody's going to do things a little bit differently, their own way. There are some things that most agents do when selling a house that are fairly consistent. But I think that a lot of agents are kind of stuck in yesteryear. Their marketing plans and their approaches to selling real estate are not evolving. And I'm here to tell you that there are incredible advances in marketing and in technology and in the way in which we find consumers that can massively benefit our clients. And so I want to take, about 10 minutes or so toward the end of the show here and just talk with you guys about what some of those things are and what you as a seller should be aware of when it comes time for you to interview an agent and ultimately sell your house. And so, again, before that, if you want to reach out to us and you want to learn more about what we're doing specifically to market our properties for sale, we've been in the top 1% of agents every year for the past decade. We've sold over 1,000 homes. We're in the top 1% of agents nationwide, actually. And so if you want to reach out to us, our number is 843-400-8009, 843-400-8009. Or you can visit us online. Listingsincharleston.com is the website. Listingsincharleston.com. So when we talk about marketing, I was talking with my team about this earlier in the week. And we were talking about some of the differences between our approach and what most agents do. And we were talking with Tony earlier in the show about what some of those recurring themes were among people that had their home on the market and it didn't sell. And I think when we're talking about marketing, which is a big bulk of our discussion when we meet with sellers, we have to explain what's happening and what the true kind of standard is, start at the ground floor, and then work our way up. And so when we talk about marketing, first and foremost, when the property goes on the market, there is a huge there's a huge opportunity within a relatively short period of time between the time that the agent earns the right to sell someone's house through a listing agreement and the time that they go on the market. There's a big opportunity right there in that time span to market the property as a coming soon listing and create momentum for the property. So before we put the property on the MLS, we're having conversations with our database of buyers. We know through our own technology who has been to our website, who has searched for real estate in that particular area, that particular price range. We know what other homes they viewed on our site, and we can strategically and efficiently communicate with those buyers to say, hey, we have this property at 123 Main Street coming on the market. It's not available yet, but you were previously on our site looking at some homes, and we just wanted to make you aware of it. Tell me a little bit more about what you're looking for. And buyers want what they can't have. So they see our teaser marketing. They see the movie trailer of sorts of the house that we're putting out with intention, designed to get them to communicate with us. And then that conversation, just so you know, before we even go on the MLS, if somebody reaches out to us about our property, we're going to get extremely close to, if not asking price. And here's why. Because the buyer that wants to see the house is asking the seller to view it before it's publicly available. So we let them know that, hey, we're willing to show it to you before it's officially available for sale. But if you want to move forward, just please understand that you have to make the best offer you can make, because you're asking us to take your offer without understanding what all the other buyers in the world might be willing to pay for it. That's one of the little tricks we use to get top dollar for our listings. They know that they're not competing with anybody else, but they've been put on notice that if you want to make an offer, this is the only thing we're going to look at, because you're allowing us, or you're asking us to inherit the risk of taking your deal without seeing what someone else would be willing to pay for it. And so coming soon marketing for us is huge. But then once we get on the market, we need to be able to answer the question of how are we going to find buyers specifically for your house. And so internet marketing, let's just stay here for a minute. Internet marketing is reactive and proactive. 99% of the agents out there focus solely on the reactive part of marketing. They put advertisements out there, meaning they put it on a website, actually really meaning they've put it in the MLS, and then the MLS has pushed that information to a different website. Let's just use Zillow as an example. Well, that listing agent is hoping that a buyer will look on Zillow or on all these websites in that price range, in that area with that number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and square footage and find the house. There's nothing they have done to target that individual. They are just hoping that somebody stumbles across their listing and then reacts when that buyer expresses interest. And there's a lot more that I could talk about in that particular process, but we'll just leave it at that. The majority of what agents are doing is very reactive in nature. It's on the MLS. They're hoping that a buyer agent sees the property, shows it to their buyer, and then they come and view your house. The challenge is, in order to be proactive in marketing, it costs money. It takes time. It takes knowledge that a lot of agents right now do not possess because it's fairly new to our industry. We're a year ahead of it. We've been doing it for almost a year and a half now. And the change that we have seen in our business when we now have the ability to proactively target people has been huge. And I want to talk more about that, but I do have to take a quick break. So I apologize, but I'll be right back. This is the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com. And remember, if you want to reach out to me to talk more about selling your house and employ our systems that we customize and tailor to each individual listing, then give me a call, 843-400-8009. That's 843-400-8009. Or go to our website, listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com.
Find Brian Beatty online at listingsincharleston.com. The Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues next on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA.